Greensboro Coliseum, a big part of Champ Week every single year. And what a matchup we've got for you tonight to kick off the evening session here in the second round. The 10 seed of the ACC, the Duke Blue Devils, and the 7 seed, the Louisville.
Guarding him because he can get to the rim and he can also get into your body and get to the free throw line.
The starting lineups tonight are brought to you by CDW, and we take a look at the starting lineup for Duke as they control the opening tip. 3 freshmen, 2 sophomores. Both of these teams are among the youngest in the nation. Louisville is almost as young as Duke is, and we'll say the same thing about North Carolina in the second game. Slazinski over the chop. Jalen Withers gathers, can't finish. And it's down to Wendell Moore. Well, no, this is the 3rd meeting of the season between these two. Louisville has won each of the last.
On one end, had a wide open layup, missed it. And then he's guarding Matthew Hurt on the other. Matthew Hurt with that release on his shot. That release is so high, even if you're 6'10". It is hard to get a hand up there and bother him.
Carlik Jones, the transfer from Radford, first team All-ACC this year, gets it to Slazinski, who's working hard, and his effort pays off. Williams, who's definitely going to be a big factor in this game tonight.
Well, he was certainly a big factor on that drive and changing the trajectory of that shot by David Johnson. And David Johnson has been another guy that has played extraordinarily well against Duke in the last 2 years. Got away with a walk there.
And drops it in. Karchman, Jeremy Roach, Louisville in transition, and a block for Matthew Hurt.
Boy, the last possession, Louisville did a really nice job of helping and recovering. One of the big keys, I think, for Louisville is not just what they do with Matthew Hurt, but what they do with everybody else. You know, don't let other Duke players get started and get a lot of confidence on the offensive end.
Roach turns the corner, and that
just did going against Mark Williams. He wasn't going to be able to box him out, but he was able to keep that ball alive and knock it away from Williams so Williams couldn't get it.
And Dre Davis.
They've had opportunities, but they've missed some layups and some close ones.
Mark Williams has gone to the bench for Duke. Henry Coleman III is in for the Blue Devils, the freshman from Richmond, Virginia. And there's a great example of Hurt keeping that ball.
Virginia does in their sides offense, but once Hurt had a smaller guy on him, they just lobbed it over the top. You got a smaller guy coming over.
Slazinski baseline.
But he gets that ball high and releases him, reminiscent of the way Larry Bird shot the ball. As many ball screen situations as you can, and you put him in situations where he has to switch. But there are a lot of different actions that Louisville runs where they can try to take advantage of who they consider weaker defenders. It's not just Hurt they want to go after.
Goldwire to Williams, and a chance for 3.
A weak foul because Williams was able to finish the play they'd like. Duke's defense has really sunk in, and they're almost inviting Louisville to take perimeter shots with pressure rather than drive it.
Roach gets a switch. Goldwire hit 4 threes last night for the Blue Devils. Also a very good defender. This one is way off from the corner, and Williams just goes right over the team. Jamin Brakefield, who played sparingly last night in the win over Boston College, kept it alive, but Williams a miss, and here come the Cards.
Well, it's amazing how many rebounds that Carlik Jones gets at his size.
And then how he gets where he won. He finished, in effect, tied for second for ACC Most Outstanding Player. Moses Wright of Georgia Tech won it, and then second in the voting in a tie, Carlik Jones and just.
A lot of similarities between lacrosse and basketball, you know.
How so?
Similar screening actions. I know John Danowski, the head coach at Duke, used to be the head coach at Hofstra, won national championships, has spent a lot of time at basketball, 7 or 8 games.
How do you like the matchup? And there will be switching, obviously, but of David Johnson on Matthew Hurt right now.
They've done that before, and I think it's a really good matchup because Johnson can help keep the ball away from him, and really nice. 4 steals in each of his last 3 games.
And all 5 starters for the Blue Devils have now scored. Duke by 4. Jones with Hurt on him. Shake and bake and knocks to Jones with 49.
Boy, really nice job by Jalen Withers putting pressure on the ball.
Boy, Williams, now he did miss the shot, but boy, is he for the year in the league. Johnson a little bit short, and the rebound down to Moore.
Just short arm that. Louisville's getting opportunities. They just have to knock them down. Right now, a little bit of a different lineup. Henry Coleman into the ball game. Just isolation on the elbow for Hurt.
And not a hole for the moment for the Blue Devils. Davis, baseline drive off the glass, too strong.
Matthew Hurt coming over from the weak side to bother that. Neither team has had a ton of success making shots on the offensive end. They're playing hard, but I haven't seen the ball go in the bucket.
Hurt, 5 inches taller than Johnson, over him.
Jumper in the post.
And shooting 27% so far.
And not really able to get to the rim. They got to the rim early, but Duke has been really covering things up.
Nice follow by Williams.
From out there, and so they don't open up drives to the basket, cuts to the basket. So far, it's been very effective.
Louisville's best offense, Jay, is kind of when Carlik Jones can get into the paint and either finish or create for others.
Yes,
right?
yes. And when they get good cutting and good movement.
How about Mark Williams?
Jordan Goldwire was there, just reading the eyes of the passer as if he were a defensive back.
Williams headed to the free throw line. More
wingspan make.
Ari Rogers, Cornell Powell, DeAndre Overton, J.C. Chalk, and Adam Choice.
Did you know that Jordan Cornette was the all-time leading shot blocker at Notre Dame?
You know, I've heard rumors to that effect, but I've never seen like a graphic with that kind of evidence.
I have never seen a graphic either, but I've been told many times by one Jordan Cornette.
Yeah. Who he is 1 block ahead for that all-time Notre Dame blocks record.
I do know.
Yes.
This out off air that with Syracuse beat, you know, they've had their toes on the line, but that's it. They've stayed inside that darker area leading up to the three-point line, and they're essentially daring Louisville to shoot over the top and see if they can make threes.
And that's the first one they knocked down.
Bird at 6'10" and long.
Williamson, tough one over Coleman, and it goes down. And here comes
Samuel Williamson. He had Coleman on him, and rather than drive it all the way to the rim, just pulled up. Just a beautiful jump shot.
And Chris Mack told us during our Zoom call with him today, he said, you know, for Williamson, it's kind of about, you know, knowing where your strengths lie. And Mack said he never misses a mid-range jumper. Practice, game, never. And here they come. Stressful season at times, an exhausting season at times for the Cardinals.
Yeah, I think it has been, and I think there have been a lot of gut punches that they've taken with COVID, and there's Samuel offensive team they did early on.
And now a steal by Johnson, one-on-one with Goldwire. It's a 14-0 run for 3.
Good job by J.J. Traynor.
And a push will result in a foul by Goldwire, and knows the lead. And now they can't miss.
There's a lot of contact on that drive.
And when you need a bucket, Duke goes to Matthew Hurt.
Louisville might have been better off if they called that foul. A little baseline drive, baseline drift as Matthew Hurt was deep in the corner.
And Hurt with 13 of Duke's 30.
Louisville can take it all the way down to the end of the shot clock, give them a little bit of time to tip it in, less time for Duke to take it the other way if they miss or make.
Jones looks up at the clock and hoists a deep 3. And Slazinski stepped out of bounds.
Running start, but
Moore to Baker. He lost it, and the Blue Devils will not get a shot off. And in spite of
Jones, I think Chris Mack said to us the first time these two teams played, he described him as a self-made player. And step back move, just couldn't get it to go. But he wasn't heavily recruited out of Cincinnati. In fact, you know, Chris Mack didn't recruit him for Xavier. Stewart to get to go down. He's only shot 29% in the games against Louisville up to this point. That's a bad pass. It's leading to transition.
Johnson threw it right to Stewart. Good defense by Jones, but good hustle by Moore.
Yeah, rush that shot a little bit. You're maybe a little bit hesitant in going up because of his ability to get there and block that shot.
Hurt. And a foul.
Get the other way, and because of the hustle of Moore, they get an easy basket.
It would be a little bit higher, considering what a great three-point shooter.
A little bit of a quick shot for Louisville, and that allows Duke to kind of get down the court quickly. And one of the things Louisville has to do in finishing plays, and Jeremy
Williamson runs down the missed shot by Johnson, in a fresh possession now for the Cardinals. Hurt got a piece of that Davis attempt, and then Withers got it back and draws the foul.
Rebounding prowess on the offensive end shows up. And
couple of free throws. The first appearance tomorrow for the top 4 seeds, who each earned a double bye heading into the ACC tournament. Those would be Virginia, Florida State, Virginia Tech, and Georgia Tech.
Able to tip that in with the right hand. David Johnson still guarding Matthew Hurt on Louisville's defensive end.
And Williams now with a double-double, 10 points, 12 rebounds.
I'm not sure any team, certainly any team in this league, has battled as much adversity this year as Miami has. How about that? Slazinski, well, that was a tough shot because Matthew Hurt was right there with a hand up.
Quick one from Roach, and the lead grows for the...
Just too much standing around.
And Williams just going to work. Slazinski doing everything he...
And you're attacking... You got 10 eyes on you all the...
A member of first team all ACC, and it's really because...
Player in that program, her jersey's up in the rafters at Cameron, right?
Yeah, amazing player.
Good look for Williamson on the feed from Jones, and the follow for Johnson.
Just that quarter court press.
Hurt. And a block is the call. CCChampHub.C. But because of this has always kind of been seen as the traditional home of the ACC tournament. It's been in Greensboro more than it's been in any other city. And Washington was given the next available year, which is 2
by David Johnson. Easy bucket to answer on the other end. No communication. You got J.J. Traynor. Didn't get back, and nobody covered up for him.
Traynor out, Withers back in. Boy, he's crafty.
How did it separate, which is really difficult to do. Allen takes advantage of that. That's a skill, getting fouled and drawing fouls.
Shot clock at 7. Goldwire into the paint, won't go.
Boy, Goldwire had a terrific offensive game against BC last night.
Duke winning easily, 86-51, and there's Nickelberry knocking down a 3, and it's
Nickelberry's field goal attempts or 3-point attempts. What a pass on the roll.
A little bit helps, and that's a terrific jet.
I'm not sure that Mike Bray actually had a suit to perform. He's really way ahead of his time. Yeah. He's way ahead of his time. Can you imagine back, Connie Mack used to wear a suit to a baseball game.
Williams again, and you've talked
for the ball to get to the angle. It's everything around the rim.
And again, offensive rebound, Williamson, great cut by Johnson, off to Traynor, and a foul. Carlos Boozer and Dallin Cup, they are the hardest working people in show business. Williamson on Hurt right now. Johnson is on Williams at the moment.
Just decided to isolate Matthew Hurt at the elbow. Switch pivot feet there.
And still knocks it down.
I think the referee.
And Jones down with a rebound. And Jones behind the back, doing a little bit of everything.
Good pass.
They need this one, and they will get it.
That plays above the rim. He shoots 44% from 3. Just doesn't take a lot of them. There's a big possession here.
And it'll be Traynor called for the foul.
Throw shooter. And then knocks that down. Good ball. He's going to be a good free throw shooter.
And he gets them both.
Down the court quickly. And they've been walking it up in this second half. It's been a 5-on-5 half-court game, and that's advantage Duke.
Jones around Goldwire and around Williams to
get around a shot blocker and took the contact as well. He was asking for a foul. The officials wouldn't give it to him.
Joe Lunardi's got Louisville as one of the last 4 buys, has them in as a 10 seed right now as Williams scores again.
Nice play. You just throw it up to the rim after the little screen roll action in the middle of the floor. The ball is going to draw some defenders, and boy, it's a great drive. Just couldn't get it to go. That shot fake really gave him the opportunity. How about that move?
Can't finish though, and here come the Blue Devils with numbers. Goldwire, hurt. Shot clock at 2. Williams again, nothing Trainer can do.
But his hands were again wrapped around Mark Williams, and he's just able to go over the top of him. I shorted him. I said he had 21 and 17. But see, if I didn't do that way, I'd have to admit I made a mistake. He's got a really good stroke and a nice touch. Nice throwback.
Davis from the corner. That would have made it a 7-point game.
Well, Louisville is not a great three-point shooting team. I think we mentioned before they're last in the league in three-pointers made. They make about 5 a game. And Duke was relying on giving them the opportunity to take those, but not letting them have anything toward the basket.
And an over and back call on the Blue Devils. Out, but he's going to put him back in. That happened in the Syracuse game today. Buddy Boeheim had 27 and hoisted up a couple of threes late, didn't make them, and then eventually Jim Boeheim took Buddy out. Georgia Tech, and then you and I had our in every game, but you could kind of see a bit of a mental toll that it had taken, obviously, to lose so many close games. Roach has it altered. Stewart follows up and knocks it in, but they're playing for something. They still got a lot more work to do, but this has been a really energetic, connected performance by the Blue Devils tonight.
Yeah, it's been gritty, and to do it where you're able defensively to shut down Louisville and hold them to 30% from the field. I mean, it's unusual to see Louisville struggle by the freshman.
Brought in some players deeper in his rotation. Charles Minland is in. Gabe Wisnitzer is in for the Cardinals.
Minland, a transfer from USF, University of San Francisco, where he played in the West Coast Conference, and an excellent scorer for the
key problem this year that's been slow to respond. Mark Williams really wanting that basketball and that 20th rebound. It'll be Stewart on the breakaway. Give you a strange one. The two teams who are going to meet in the quarterfinal tomorrow night didn't meet during the regular season. The Duke-Florida State game was canceled due to a COVID issue in the Seminoles program. So I don't think we've ever said that before. The Blue Devils will advance to the quarterfinals to take on the Seminoles as they win for the second time in as many nights. And again, they still got some work to do, but they have taken another step in the right direction with a 14-point win over Louisville here in round 2.
Yep.
And that'll do it.
Keep getting on the bus. Got a couple more bus trips to go at least.
The final score, Duke 70 and Louisville 56 here in second round action of the 2021 New York Life